Peace, family. Peace, family. What's up, y'all? What's going on? We are live. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. I'm going to check my other devices to make sure that we are streaming live. I am so excited, y'all. I'm so excited because this is going to be a special live. Yes, this is a special live. And so I am so excited to have our special guest here today. Okay. But first of all, before we get into this, y'all, I want to say thank y'all so much. Y'all have showed up for your girl. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers. Yes, we are almost at 3,000 subscribers. We were only like at 500, maybe two and a half months ago. So we are rolling, and I am so excited about our growing global community. So today, y'all, we have a special guest. Matrell on a mission. Matrell on a mission. Matrell is the African American expat currently living her best life in Egypt. And I have so many questions for Matrell. And you guys may have some questions for her as well, right? And so, Matrell, welcome.
Thank you. Oops. Girl, that's my lunch alarm. Hold on.
Oh, that's not the lunch alarm.
I have to tell myself when to eat. Okay.
Yes. Eunice, I see you. Welcome, Eunice. Kimani. Okay, so Matrell, welcome. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's dive in.
Okay, well, first, before that, I want to congratulate you on the strides that you are making on this platform, because it's a really hard thing to do, and you are doing it very well. I'm proud of you, and it gives us hope. That's trying to, grow our platforms as well. So yeah, we love what you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So a little bit about me, you guys. I am originally from Akron, Ohio. So I'm a Midwest girl. Yes.
Ohio in the house. Another Ohioan. I interviewed someone last week from Ohio. Ohio is showing up. Okay, go ahead.
I'm also a Navy veteran, which was funny because I saw that our sister Sherry was in the Navy as well. So I didn't know that about her. So that was good to know. I am 56 years old.
Wow, you look amazing.
Thank you. I'm a mother of one with two beautiful granddaughters. And yeah, that's just the basics about me. But yeah, I just enjoy life, and I'm just really happy to have the opportunity to live on the continent.
Okay, that's amazing. And so, but let me tell you this before we continue. You know how I found you? How? You probably don't know how I found you. I followed you years ago, Matrell. There was another YouTuber. I was sitting at home in America saying, man, I wish I could leave. Man, I'm ready to leave. And so I followed a lot of YouTubers. And so there was a YouTuber that I followed, and you sent her hair products.
Oh, okay.
So how many years ago was that? Like, that was a few years ago.
Yeah, it was. It was when I was in Ghana. I sent those products when I was in Ghana. I remember.
When you were okay, all right. And so that's how I found you. Now, speaking of, you say you were in Ghana. How many countries have you been to?
Oh my gosh. So I think I've been to over 22 countries.
Wow.
Yeah, not just on the continent. On the continent, I've only been to 3. But
which ones?
I've been to Ghana, and then Egypt, where I am, and then Morocco.
Oh, nice. So here you are. You were in the military, right?
And that's why obviously so many.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And so with you being in the military, you get out. So when you got out of the military, were you still in America? Living in America?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're living your life in America, and you decide that, you want to leave, right? So making the decision to leave America, how was that for you, and how did your family accept that?
Okay. Well, first of all, I made the decision to leave America when I was 19 years old in the military when I went to my first foreign country.
Wow.
Because,
and where was that?
The first foreign country that I went to was Spain. Right. And I just love the whole, I did the whole entire Mediterranean. So Spain, France, Italy, all those countries. And I just really loved how we were treated there. And I'm talking about treated without our uniforms on, just walking around as, deeply melanated people. And we just were treated differently way back then. And when I came back to America, I knew then, I said, well, I know I don't want to live here. And I had started telling my family back then. And they always used to just kind of blow it off. They'd be like, girl, you're not going nowhere. Right?
She's just talking.
Yeah. So, so I said, okay, but I've always, it's always been in my mind. And I feel like I was manifesting it for a lot of years, but I didn't leave until after my daughter was married and I knew she was secure. And then I felt comfortable enough to leave the country.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so when you left, was Egypt the first place that you moved to?
No. Well, it was the first place I actually moved to. I went to Ghana first and I was there for 30 days.
Okay.
Right?
How was Ghana for you?
Well, I loved it. I had a great time. I started off on a tour there and I met a lot of great people on that tour and we're all still friends to this day. And that was like, I went and I actually went, and I know it's cliche, I went for the year of return. And I know a lot of people complain about that, but honestly, I had no thoughts of moving to Africa ever. I wanted to move overseas, but I'm thinking Europe. I was thinking Spain, France, because that's where my experience was. And that's where, I really enjoyed myself. I didn't give Africa a thought until we got invited. So when Ghana reached out to the world and said, hey, come back for this year return thing, I jumped right on it. Right. And I went there, I stayed, I did the tour, and then I stayed for additional few weeks. So for a total of 30 days. And then I came back to America. And at that time I said, okay, I'm moving to Ghana.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So I was ready to move to Ghana. And then the whole, CV thing happened, the CV-19. And so it kind of got stuck in the States. And I had met a friend on the tour. Her name was Venus. And so she and I decided, well, we're going to just go move to Ghana together, because that made our families feel better.
Yeah. Right? Like you're going with someone. It's amazing when you get, the older you get, your family still see you as, like a child in a sense. Like, are you going with somebody?
Right. But I was still, even though I had spent all that time in Ghana, I was still kind of apprehensive. So I felt more comfortable going with someone because it was just unknown territory. We just started watching hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos, watching everybody's videos, trying to kind of get an understanding of what Africa could be like. And we also understand that, YouTube is a production. So what you see might not really be what it is on the ground. So having someone else with me made me feel more comfortable. So, so we had our plans all together and everything to go to Ghana. And then our flight got canceled. It was on, what was that? South African Airways, right? They went bankrupt. Our flight got canceled and then the airline went bankrupt, right? So we couldn't go to Ghana. And then I was like, okay, there was 2 countries open at the time that didn't require a CV test. And that was Egypt and Tanzania. Okay. I think you heard you do something thinking that way or something. Right? Okay, so Tanzania was open and Egypt was open. And so she and I, we were just trying to figure it all out. And then together we decided on Egypt because it was just a place that we always wanted to go. And we figured, well, that's a good place to stop and go to while we wait for Ghana to open.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Ghana never opened for like another 6 or 7 months after we were there. But by then I fell in love with Egypt. And so I stayed and then she went on to Ghana.
Look, Montreal. Okay, so a lot of us don't come to Africa. We're coming now because there's this great awakening. Right. But for the most part, a lot of us don't come to Africa, right? And then when we do come to Africa, we go to Ghana, right? If we don't go to Ghana, we may go to East Africa, like maybe Kenya and Tanzania, right?
Right.
But girl, you are in Egypt. How many of us do you hear that goes to Egypt? Now, what I am going to say is Egypt has been on my bucket list for
Right,
so many years,
right,
but never to move there, to go to visit, to tour, to go in the tomb. It's more of a spiritual thing. That's my reason for wanting to go to Egypt, more of a spiritual thing. But you're passing through. You're supposed to be passing through.
right.
You're in Egypt, right? Just waiting for Ghana to open up. What was it about Egypt that made you fall in love with it?
Well, first of all, it was the fact that, I am a little spoiled as an American. Okay.
Yeah.
So Egypt just had all the regular modern conveniences that I was used to. Okay.
Oh,
Which which I really appreciated. And then the cost of living is very low. But more importantly, I really did fall in love with the people because I made a lot of friends there and they just treat us so well. They do.
really?
Yes, they do. I think it's so many misconceptions about Egypt.
Yeah.
I actually live in what's called Upper Egypt, which is the southern part. Okay.
Okay.
So
Now, is that Luxor?
I do. I live in Luxor, but I'm getting ready to move to the coast, to the Red Sea.
The Red. Look, girl, this girl. We only read about the Red Sea in the Bible. This
I
girl is about to
know.
move to
Yes.
the coast at the Red Sea. I love
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So yeah, but in Luxor, it's just so diverse, and Egypt is diverse. And when I say it's diverse, I mean it's from light brown to deepest, darkest brown. A lot of
Okay.
people don't realize that. They look at Egypt, they think Egyptians look like Arabs, and they don't.
Yes.
Egyptians look like
Oh,
Egyptians. They don't look like Arabs. Now, in the northern part, there's probably more of the lighter skinned Egyptians there. And I think it's because of the influences of the Greeks and the Romans, that colonized that area and the Brits for so long, right?
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
and, and then there is some Arab influence, but mostly it's based through culture by them being Muslims. But in terms of
Okay.
their appearance and how they look, everybody in Luxor, my daughter just visited me for a week. Everybody in Luxor is darker than my daughter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and let's talk about some of those misconceptions when it
Yeah,
comes to Egypt, right?
yeah,
And Egypt does get a bad rap, even when you're talking about spiritual, right? When you talk
yes.
about spirituality, Egypt has always gotten a bad rap. But I have a connection to Egypt. I don't know why, but I have a connection here. But the misconceptions, because I'm thinking most of the people are Arabs.
No, not at all. And even in the circle that I travel in, they consider themselves Africans. They live in Africa. Egypt is in
Yes,
Africa. The only thing is,
right.
a lot of them are deeply melanated. They just got like a softer grade of hair. Some of them. Some of them got the whole kinks too. But
Uh-huh,
for the most
uh-huh.
part, it's a blend. It looks like, for me, it's almost like everybody looks closer to like what Ethiopians, Somalians, Sudanese, because it's like a
Mhm,
combination of them is what an Egyptian
mhm.
looks like.
Okay, all right. And so you talked about the cost of living. Can you tell
Yeah.
us, like, on average, just a regular, modern two-bedroom, make it comparable to America, like just a basic two-bedroom apartment,
Okay, well,
right?
this is what I can tell you. I have been
Mhm.
living on a budget of $500 a month for the last 2 years.
Wait,
And my
what?
apartment is a two-bedroom apartment. And um, but I got the Egyptian rates for mine. But on average, you could get a good apartment for maybe, 300 $300. Yeah, for a nice.
Base, okay, and so you can get a $300 apartment in
Mhm.
Egypt. Okay, because our brothers and sisters is looking at this and they're like, wait, what?
Mhm.
Given the prices in America.
Yeah.
So that $300 in an apartment in Egypt, like what type of amenities? Is it like just a basic two-bedroom? Is it an old,
No, you're talking
building?
nice.
What is it?
They're nice apartments. They're nice apartments with balconies. Now you don't find more than one bathroom for the most part in Luxor, and I live on the West Bank side, so that is
Mm-hmm.
a village. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but real modern, really high ceilings, beautiful
Nice.
windows. Yeah, hot water heaters in all of
Uh-huh.
them. Air
Uh-huh.
conditioning. So
Uh-huh.
Screens. You
Wow.
got screens on the windows so you can close, you can open your windows and not have flies come in or mosquitoes. Because Africa,
Okay.
flies and mosquitoes is a thing here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you talked about the people being really nice. So is it that thing like kind of like what we have here, you kind of look like you belong there until you open your mouth?
Yep. They don't know. And the people that I'm the closest to, yeah, they do. And especially if I dress, because I do dress pretty conservatively, but just say I decide to wear a hijab for that day or a scarf or
Hmm.
whatnot. They don't know. They don't know what I am.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right.
until
Okay.
I until I start speaking my broken Arabic.
So that was one of my questions. So you are picking up the language?
Yes, I'm learning it, and the way that I'm learning it is because well, first of all, I'm a chef, a professional chef, and I love to
Okay.
cook, so it's easy for me to start with food. So I've been learning the names of all the different foods and things like that, everything associated with shopping and food. And
Okay.
so then I'm teaching myself kind of like a child, putting notes on things and
Uh-huh.
all that. And then I learned all the basic conversational phrases so that when I'm out
Nice.
shopping, I can shop and things like that. And the numbers are the only thing that still kind of throw me, but
Mhm.
I'm going to get it. I actually bought a course. I just haven't taken it yet. I haven't taken the time, but I know enough to get me by.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. And so you talk about being able to have, some of the amenities and that sort of thing. I see, obviously y'all have good internet.
Yeah.
We're talking, right?
Right.
What are some of the other things that you have access to? Like, are there malls there? What's the healthcare like?
Okay, well, see, that's why I'm moving to Hurghada. Now, Luxor is probably one of the most beautiful places in Egypt. It has all of the history, right? All the tombs and the mountains. You have the mountains and the Nile. It's very beautiful and family oriented. But, I still like to do stuff. So I love to play golf. I love to go bowling. I like to go to
Yeah.
movies and things like that. They don't have that in Luxor. That's why
Okay.
that's why I'm moving to the the Red Sea. They also have those
Okay.
things in Cairo.
Okay.
And in and a little bit of it in Aswan, but at the Red Sea, you have everything that you're used to in Western nations, you have there.
Okay, okay, that is amazing. That is
Yeah.
amazing. And so, do you think that your family, you mentioned having a daughter, and you think your daughter would probably move there? What?
Well, what she's committed to doing is visiting me every year on my birthday. So this is the second time she's come. And this
Mm-hmm.
time she brought friends. She brought 5 people with her. So we
Yes,
have
I remember you did a video when she came, and she was like, "Y'all, this place is beautiful."
right. And she does. She loves it. She says she could absolutely live in Egypt. But I
Yeah.
don't think her husband's going to go for that.
Right, right.
Not yet.
And
But
yeah.
no one else in my family is interested in leaving America at all. They're Americans, and that's great. And they love it. They don't have bad lives there. They own property, they own their homes, they have businesses. They love it there. They don't see any reason to leave. And
Mm,
so I'm okay with that as long as they can come visit me. And I love Egypt has easy access to there. That's the other thing.
yes. Yeah.
Egypt, flying into Egypt, in and out of Egypt is less expensive than any other part of Africa.
Oh,
as far as
wow.
going
Okay.
as far as going back to the States, because I can do a round trip ticket and be in the 600s round trip.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
you know,
Okay. That's amazing. I
right.
love it.
So that was the
Let me
other thing too. So having access to the States was important to me.
Mhm. Yeah, and I tell people all the time, like when you move abroad, it's not like you're moving on Mars, right? With
Right.
technology today, like I talk to one of my daughters, I talk to every day.
Yeah.
My other daughter, I talk to her every other day. Like
Mhm.
I am so connected to home. I know everything that's happening in New Orleans. I have apps, I have TV, like I watch what they watch,
Mhm.
I watch live broadcasts and that sort of thing. So yeah, sometimes we do have to leave family behind because
Yeah.
it's not for everybody. This
Right.
move is not for everybody. But I, like you, as long as we can have the connection, we still can have the connection with family. We still have access to family. Planes are still flying, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so I think that that's a beautiful thing.
Right.
So now tell me, like, What changes have you found in yourself? We're making this move from America. Here you are in Egypt. What changes have you noticed, like emotionally, mentally, spiritually?
I think that I'm just a lot more relaxed now because I don't think I ever knew how to relax. I think I was always on the go, always busy. So when I first got here, it was really hard to just do nothing, to just be.
Ah,
You know what I mean? So,
yes, to do nothing.
yeah, just learning to relax, just learning to appreciate, just life, period. Because it's just not being busy. It's a different lifestyle. It's like, it's nothing like I thought retirement would be, because I'm kind of like semi-retired, I'll call it.
Yeah. Hmm.
But yeah, just being able to get up every day and focus on me, that's different.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because we're not used to that. We're in America, it's about being on the grind,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Work, work, work. Like in America, you work all day, some, 10, 8, 12 hours a day you work. You
Right.
go home, you eat dinner, you go to bed, repeat the next day,
Right.
and you're looking for those 2 days that you have off, which isn't, enough time, right? And so we get so caught up and we're so busy working that we don't live. And I
Right.
have found, even just being on a continent, African people know how to live.
They do. They value time and family.
Time and family, and they are not rushing for anything. Like, and
I would say.
it can be annoying to us sometimes because we have been conditioned to be like this.
Yeah.
But it's like, Hakuna Matata. Like,
Right.
it's they're very chill, right? And I love that,
Right.
and I love that even, with here being in Kenya, Kenyans know how to live. Yeah, they work and they're busy, but they find time to just relax
Right.
and to live, right? And
Yeah.
so, yeah, so you say that you notice that you're able to relax. Any other, changes that you've noticed in yourself?
Yeah. I think that, I think I've just learned to just value life more.
Ah,
Um,
yeah.
because and even just appreciating it a lot more. I don't know. It just seems like when I was in America that, like you said, I was just so busy all the time. It
Mhm.
was like a constant state of stress, and I didn't even realize it was stress. And I don't think people who are there realize that they're stressed till they come
Mhm.
somewhere like here and they don't have that same feeling.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Mhm.
different. But I'm appreciating nature because I've never really been around animals before, and now when you walk outside, it's just animal. They all over the place.
You
It's
have
like,
monkeys? Like, do you have monkeys?
no, I haven't seen any monkeys here. It's just basically sheep, a bunch of cows,
I
um,
love
cats,
that.
cats everywhere, and I happen to like cats, so that doesn't
Uh-huh,
bother
uh-huh,
me. And then
uh-huh.
there's these packs of dogs. They in their own little dog world. I almost want to film it because
Really? You
I
should.
know, because it's like they have
You really
they
should.
come home. They come home to their little field every night. They talk. They having these conversations with each other. It's wild to watch. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's this animal kingdom over here, and I just never seen that.
Okay, all right. So let me ask you, do y'all have a Black expat community in Egypt?
Yeah. So there are quite a few folks that have moved here from other African countries, actually. And
Really?
they're mostly, and those I have friends from that, and they're up on the coast. So that's another reason why I wanted to move there, because then I have people that I can actually do more things with, because the language barrier here is real. Arabic is hard. And,
Okay.
no matter how much they try to act like they know how to speak English, they know a few phrases and words. And if you go off topic, they're lost. They know what to say from a tourist perspective for the most
Mm-hmm.
part. The ones who are educated in the West, of course, they can speak English, but people
Mm-hmm.
who are born and raised here is different. They don't,
Mm-hmm.
they don't, and then they don't understand like sarcasm and um, no
Ah,
nuances. Everything is straight to the point. So I've learned how to be direct being here, because I think before, how we are in America, everything kind of gets sugar coated, not on purpose. It's just kind of how things are. You don't want to say things that
mhm.
hurt people's feelings or that you think will hurt people's feelings. But here, whatever you're feeling, just say it. They won't take it any kind of way because they only understand it direct.
Wow. I love that. I
Yeah,
love that. Like you're really shining a lot of light on this for me because again, there are a lot of misconceptions about Egypt. It's like,
yeah,
well, it's an Arab, the Arabs have taken over and you're only gonna find black people in one little small or African, people in one little small pocket.
yeah.
They're not everywhere. So yeah, I think I'm glad that you're shedding light on some of the misconceptions.
And let me say this though too, Karen. Here, I mean, the people they don't even really think along the lines of the melanin at all. Everybody, they just all exist. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody's just together. Because I know a family that has sisters that range from light skinned to darker than me, but they're all biological. They're sisters, all in the same family. So people, they don't think along the lines of color here, but I can tell you that they just treat us well. It's almost like when they see us, they smile. And like I was telling Shay Vlogs, who's here, she was in Tanzania and now lives here in Egypt. We were just talking about this, that it's almost like that people might feel sorry for us. Like they want us to be
Mm.
comfortable. Like they know what we've been through. A lot of people know what the stress is like in America. And when they say welcome home, they meaning it from the standpoint of we belong here. And that I think someone even told me, an Egyptian actually told me that, we're supposed to be coming back here, that we're going to be the ones that, save things or make these changes in the world that's supposed to be coming. And so they seeing it from a spiritual standpoint as well. Like this is, where we're supposed to be. And I just
Yeah.
feel like I am supposed to be here.
Yes. And when you speak about seeing it from a spiritual standpoint, I believe that this great awakening period is spiritual.
Yeah.
There's a call, for the African diaspora to come back on the continent, period.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, and there is a connection, once we come back. There are some things that's transpiring, right? I know for me, I don't know if you've had this experience, but for me, I even look at the transatlantic slave trade differently.
Mm.
In America, when you think about those things, it's as if it happened yesterday because we're
Right.
born into trauma. Right. And if we're born into trauma, we don't realize it until we leave. I think
Right.
you said it earlier, like we don't realize how much we work or how much, stress that we have until we leave. Right. And
Exactly.
so it is such a spiritual awakening as well, because
Yeah.
even for me, I've learned to transcend
Mm.
the transatlantic slave trade and not relive the pain of it. You don't forget it, right? When you
Yeah.
come to the continent, but it's something that clicks in the inside. It's something that Momma Africa is doing. It's something in the inside of you that says, I'm now standing on the shoulders of the ancestors.
Right.
Right? Where
Yeah.
they're looking like it's almost like they're ushering us, to come back. And it's almost like they're just so proud, that we're back here. So it allows me to transcend it
Right.
and not feel the excruciating pain of it. And in
Right.
America, I was feeling the excruciating pain of it because we were still living in so much racial, with the racial injustices. And,
Right.
you're still in that energy, right? And so now I feel that one of the things Mama Africa does for us is to heal,
Right.
right? So
It
what
does.
have you experienced that, just that healing component?
Well, yeah, and I think it took me a long time though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It wasn't like anything that was instant.
overnight, right?
And I think the more I learned, because here, what I've been doing in Egypt, and I don't know if you've seen any of the videos on it, but I've been like going to all the different artifacts and visiting the tombs, and I've been
Yes.
to the museum and stuff in Aswan that tells you like how religion and stuff began. But more
Mhm.
importantly, when I go into the tombs here, I'm going into the tombs of people that were the everyday people, and I'm looking at how they lived their lives, and everything is just so clearly written, and all of those people look like me, right?
Yes.
And you never see that on anything. So I do
Mhm.
feel, really comfortable being here, and I'm looking at how they lived. And I guess, the transatlantic slave trade for me, that was a part of history way after we existed as kings and queens here.
Yes.
And then even coming up from Congo, Sudan, the Niger areas, because you figure none of that was a country. All of it was Africa.
All
Everybody
of it.
migrated towards the Nile River Basin
Mm-hmm.
because they were in search of water. You know what I'm saying? So, so all these different civilizations came to what some are trying to say is northern Africa, and and everybody mixed and did what they were supposed to do. So there's definitely imprints of us everywhere here. And so, I just really still feel really comfortable here. And then even just knowing the other slave trades that happened, like the slave trades, there was a lot of different slave trades. The Atlantic slave trade was just one. And then even the fact that, we were already here and then moved across the world over to where America is. You know what I'm saying? Our people just have migrated all over. We populated the whole world for the most part. So we should feel comfortable wherever we are.
That's
But
it.
I do feel really grounded in Egypt, and I do feel like I belong here. And every time one of the Egyptian sisters tell me, like, you are Egyptian, you look Egyptian. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, but you do. You do.
I'll take it. When I was down in Aswan, they told me, they was like, yeah, you are. And I've never had my DNA or anything like that done because I didn't feel like I needed to, because I don't really care where I'm from in Africa. I just know I'm from Africa.
Yes. Yeah. But I can say Egypt. Now, are they okay? So the tribes in Egypt, are they broken down like other parts of Africa? Because now, if I were to say I would say like Egyptian, but with a little Bantu in you, right? So are the tribes broken up like that, like Bantus, Kushites, Nilotes?
The only time I heard about any tribalism is when I went down, and I'm not going to call it tribalism from a bad standpoint, just tribes. I heard of tribes when I went to Aswan, and I had a conversation with the gentleman there, and he was talking about the different Nubian groups, because I didn't even know that there were different Nubian groups. Right? I'm thinking Nubians are Nubians, right? And trying to even understand how Nubians are different from Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? Because so he kind of broke it all down in one video that I did. But for the rest of Egypt, it's just, no, I'm sure that they have those differences, but that's just not something they like discuss freely. And and I haven't really inquired about it.
Okay.
But right now I might ask, but they don't walk around acting that way. But I'm sure some are different, because they do have people that look, they look really different. I've seen some redhead Egyptians.
Really?
I'm like, we know what happened with your family. Yeah.
Right.
I've seen the redhead ones. And then I've seen the ones that got the froze. I've seen the ones that, that do look a little bit more like they could possibly be from Saudi Arabia. But for the most part, everybody else just look like they just from Africa.
Wow. And I think for me, coming on the continent, I'm so fascinated, not by tribalism, but by all the different ethnicities within the Black race.
Right.
I'm so fascinated by that because, in America, we're like one tribe, right? When you look at an African American, it's like in America, we're all just kind of lumped together. But I love, looking at the history of different people, and I'm so fascinated about, with all of the different ethnicities that we have that we don't even realize that we have, right? And so. Yeah. Okay. And so you mentioned that you're a chef. So, being a chef and, talking about food, what are some of your favorite Egyptian dishes? What is Egypt known for?
Okay.
As it relates to food?
Man, Egypt is probably the only African country you can live in and not lose weight.
I don't know, girl, because when I got that ugali in Kenya, that ugali and chapati, I put on about 40 pounds. I just dropped it. I just let go of this weight. Girl, but go ahead.
So for my favorite thing is probably like the brown bread. And I think I love it so much because I have a gluten intolerance. And in the States, I couldn't even eat bread really without my hip hurting, right? But in Egypt, I can eat all the brown bread I want and never gain weight from it, and I don't have any pain. But my most favorite dish here is the Nile fish.
The
It's like,
Nile fish.
oh
Okay.
my gosh, in any way that it's cooked. The Nile fish I love. I love falafel. I just love all the food. It all tastes really good. The only thing I can't really deal with is the really slimy type dishes, anything with okra or that
Okay.
molokaya is what I think it's called. It's like a stew that they make with some green leaves. It kind of reminds me of like a katombre in Ghana, and I'm sure
Okay.
there's probably a similar dish in Kenya, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like really slimy greens. I can't do that. But the beans and the fish here, that's my favorite thing.
Yeah. And are you finding that the food is very fresh?
Yes, everything is fresh. I
Okay.
have to shop, I have to shop every couple of days because it is fresh and organic and it doesn't last long. You can't just go shopping for the week and your tomatoes not be dead after 3 days.
Yes, absolutely. And and that was one of the things that I learned with being here on the continent. Like when I bought a loaf of bread, like in 3 days there was mold on it. And I was
Yeah.
like, there's mold on this bread, right?
Yes,
In America, I can keep bread for, a week, 2 weeks, and there's
true,
no mold because it's
true.
not organic, right?
Right.
And so, yeah. And so do you cater while you're there? You say you're a chef, so do you
Yes.
cook and do events and all that good stuff?
I just do cooking to make my videos on YouTube.
Nice.
So I haven't had the opportunity to cook for other people yet, mostly just the local, friends that I have close to me here. But when I moved to the Red Sea area, there's a lot more people there, so I will have an opportunity to cook a lot more for more
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. So tell me, is there anything that you miss about living in America, about being in America?
Yeah,
What do you
I
miss?
do. I think the biggest thing that I miss is I think it's my family.
Mm.
Even though I can see a lot of them on the phone. It's like my grandma, because even like right now, she's going through a different stage of her life. She's 91. She'll be 92 in July. Inshallah, she'll be 92 in July. And she's in a new stage of her life where she's going through what they call sundowners. So it's
Oh,
almost
yeah.
like all of a sudden she's acting like she's like 60 years old. I mean, she's remembering stuff and she's
Hmm.
all vibrant. She's walking. I was like, she was just in a walker. She was just using a walker like 3 weeks ago. Now
Hmm.
she walking around and everything. But what I know from what I understand about the illness is at any given time, she might not know who we are. So
Oh,
for
yeah.
me, it's
Yeah, that's
hard because I'm thinking like every day you call and be like, I hope she still knows me. I hope she still knows me. And then
yeah.
not be able to be there to hug. I'm sorry.
And
Not
so
being able to be
let
there
it
to
come.
hug her or, kiss her and just let her know how much I love her before she goes through that change is probably the hardest for me right now. So I'm kind of waiting because at any second now I know I can get that call and that'll be like the worst thing ever for me because we're so
Mhm.
close.
Yeah.
um and then my mom is, she's in her 70s and she's ill as well. So just not being, if I'm just wish they could come with me, but they can't. And so
Yeah.
just kind of waiting for the inevitable to happen and not be there to enjoy them, while they still have this time is probably the hardest thing for me. But it's
Yeah.
also the reason why I make it a point to go to the States every year. So I should be leaving soon to go
Mhm.
and spend a month or two just to be with them. Because I'm not one of them people who can just leave my family and not ever go back.
Yeah, yeah, you got,
Yeah.
yeah. I always say that you have
Yeah.
to go back. You
Yeah,
have
I
to,
can't. I love
right?
them
You may not
really too
move back,
much.
but you have to go.
Right. Yeah, I do. So yeah, that I miss them. That's probably them and what else? Oh, and access to some good seasonings. So I'm going to change the topic. Sorry. So
That's
lighten it up a
okay.
little bit. I'm sorry. When I think about my grandma, I get emotional. Okay.
Yes, I
Okay.
understand that. I think that's the downfall.
Yeah.
I have an elderly mother that's still in the States, and but she's healthy. She's still,
Good.
vibrant. But last year I lost my nephew, and I can't
Mm,
tell you how difficult it is to get that call.
yeah.
And you're so far away from home,
Right.
right? And so that's kind of like that is a downfall to living abroad,
Yeah.
Yeah, when things happen or when loved ones, get sick. I have a friend, my best friend is sick right now, so those type things,
Yeah.
are very difficult.
Yeah.
So we gonna
Sorry.
switch. Let's talk about some Old Bay and some seasoning, some Lawry's.
Yes. I miss Lowry's and Old Bay because I can't find Old Bay. They don't have no Old Bay here. I need some. Actually,
Girl, I should have bought you some Old Bay, girl.
I got somebody coming next week, and so she's gonna make some Lowry's and some Old Bay for me and some black salt.
Look, tell her to go to Sam's and get the big. Oh, I had bought quite a few back. I'm like almost out now, and I'm from New Orleans, so we love our Tonys. So Tony Sacharans, crab boil, stuff like that. So when I go home, I try to stack up all the seasonings too. So I miss the seasonings. Yeah,
that's about it though. Because in Egypt, like I said, we have all the modern conveniences, so it's like being in the West, but not.
Okay. Are you able to shop Amazon or anything like that?
We have Amazon Egypt.
Wait, what?
With free Prime.
Y'all have Amazon Egypt?
With free Prime.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Wait, I'm gonna look at some of these comments. Wait, you have Amazon Egypt.
Yeah, I'm addicted to it and it's bad. It's bad.
That's why you don't need. So how long does it take for you to get your stuff?
A day. You order 2 days, like the Prime.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what we do here in Kenya, there's a company that's called Kintex. So I have like a Dallas warehouse address. So I can order from any store in the United States and it gets delivered to Dallas and they send it to me. But it's like 3 weeks before, 2-3 weeks before I get it. But y'all have, so you have the same products that Amazon in America has?
It's not exactly all the same products, but it's quite a bit though. It's a lot. But it's all, again, it's just mostly stuff that's here in Egypt. But what I found is all these stores in Egypt are starting to pull more American products in. I've seen Black Hair Care, probably seen Cantu on there. They got Shea Moisture, they got all these hair care products on there now. All I'm waiting on, I was like, I need some good mascara. I'm waiting for that to happen, but
right. So our brothers and sisters who's watching, look, if you move to Egypt, you still have access to Amazon. You have access to Amazon. You have access to technology. You have access to good food, mountains, beaches. So listen, you just slamming all these misconceptions that we had about Egypt, right? And so so tell me this. This is what I did not ask you, and this is a deal breaker for me anywhere, right? The weather. What is the weather like?
Okay, now we are in the desert. Okay, so the weather, we have 2 seasons. We have hot and not. Okay, so hot season. Okay, so I'll just say not season. Not season starts, I think, in November, the end of November. So let's just say December. So December through February is our winter. And it can be quite chilly here. It can get in the 50s at night. But during the day, it's still 70s, 80s. So the daytime is great while the sun is shining, but the evening can get pretty cold. Summer is hot. And, you have 100-degree days and like 80-degree nights all summer.
Oh, really? So what are your summer months? Because I need to make sure I don't schedule my trip during your summer months.
Well, the summer months they start April, like the end of April through November.
Okay. April to November. Okay.
But we kind of get used to it here. You just live a nocturnal type lifestyle. You just get busy after 4. Right when the sun is getting ready to start going down, it starts getting cooler. But between 11 and 4 in the daytime, woo.
My trail. I'm in Nairobi and I have a heater on. Like it's cold.
Oh, okay. Because you guys in winter. Yeah.
We're in our winter.
Okay.
Yeah. And so sometimes we don't need central heat, but I have like a portable heater to kind of take the chill out, right? And so I have to come to Egypt when it's not 80 degrees at night.
But
But
in the
you have air
wintertime,
conditioner and stuff, right?
yeah. What'd you say?
You have air conditioner and all of
Well,
that,
yeah,
right?
you have air
Yeah.
conditioner, and then like they don't have central air here, and they don't have central heat in most of the rentals. I think a lot of the new places that are being built, they're doing things more similar to that. But for me, I'm that extra American that be putting a heater in every room because I can't. I don't want to be cold in the wintertime. I have a heater in my bathroom and in every room, and I just leave them on. So that's like my utilities are the highest then.
Okay.
In the wintertime. But when I say high, utilities it's still only a few £100, which is just a few dollars.
Okay. All right. Okay. And I am going to let you go, but I want to look at some of these comments. Look, you're the pro when it comes to going live, and I'm not the pro with going live. I'm still.
I can't see without my glasses.
Kiai Media. Hi, Karen. Blessings up. Thank you so much for watching. We also have Dunke. Dunke said that there's 12 tribes in Egypt. Okay, I didn't know that. 12 tribes in Egypt. We also have, let's see, Afro Millennial Mama. She said that I learned that about the food here in Senegal. Okay, what were we talking about? About the food being
organic, or not losing no weight.
Not losing no weight, girl. I'm telling you, look, when I was in America watching YouTube videos, people would come to the continent and they just dropping weight. And I was like, okay, I'm going to drop weight. I think maybe for the first month I dropped a couple of inches, but girl, when I got on that ugali, that was, it was, yeah. So, Mtu says that you have a beautiful smile. She does, and she has such a beautiful spirit as well, right? And so, okay, so let me ask you, how is dating in Egypt? What are some of the differences in dating?
Okay. So Egypt is funny. First of all, there are so many handsome men, right? There's some fine men around here, right?
Kenya. Wait, Kenya, I love y'all, but I don't know now. She's making this sound mighty good. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's a very, very, very nice looking guys. And I just love the fact, what I really like about the guys is that they're so well groomed, right? And the younger ones, they're starting to wear like the little tighter leg pants or whatever. But the more mature guys, they still wear like regular kind of pants. Men look like men, and I love that. Right? Yes. I love that here, and they're very like masculine kind of thing. But dating is not like a thing, and the reason is because people here, especially the people who are religious here. And you have several religions here. It's not just all one, but the majority of the population is Muslim. Okay. And in that faith alone, you just don't date. Basically, you get chosen. So you go out, you can mix and mingle with people or whatnot, but they're not gonna like have a relationship with you unless you want to marry, because their intentions are marriage.
Oh, okay. I like that. So it's not a whole lot of foolishness.
No, it's no foolishness. If somebody, if they show interest in you, then they're interested in you, and you kind of get to know each other a little bit, and then you're gonna decide, we're gonna do this marriage thing and see what happens or what. So yeah, that's how it works.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is polygamy a thing there?
Well, in the whole country of Egypt, it is legal to have more than one wife, and I think they can have up to 4 if they can afford it, right? And but it really just depends on your marriage contract. If that's something that you can't deal with, you can put that into your contract when you get married to not have that happen. But most guys, I haven't met any guys here that have a whole lot of wives, not in Luxor. They always tell me one is enough.
like, I can only handle one wife at a time.
Right, but the ones who do have, if you do see a man with multiple wives, then he's balling. Because he has to be able to give them both the same type of lifestyle.
Okay. And so with this movement, there's some I'm gonna go with African American women, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting at home, and some of them may be watching this video, and they may be saying, I want to do this, but I don't feel like I can. What words of encouragement could you give other African American women, or let's just say African Americans, period, men, our brothers also, our brothers and our sisters who's sitting home and they're watching this? What could you tell them? What words do you have for them?
Well, the first thing I would say is that if you're thinking about leaving, that wherever you want to settle, you want to visit first, and make it an extended visit. At least try to do 30 days, and I know that's hard for people to do that kind of vacation, but if that means 2 weeks each one, 2 years, over 2 years, 2 weeks in that same country, just to kind of get to know people and make sure that it's the place that you're comfortable with, and then just do it. But I understand it is a different mindset. You just got to be prepared to let go of the stress. You got to be prepared to enjoy your life. If you come into Egypt, be prepared for sunshine every day, because it's sunny 365 days out the year here. Yeah, and that's the other thing. It don't rain.
Okay.
We don't have a rainy season. And just have faith in yourself, and just know that if you do try it and you don't like it, or if it doesn't work out, go back.
Always go back. That's it.
and retool, recoup, like if you come, you ran out of money or something, you didn't plan, to have enough, or if you decided you want to buy a property, because, that's the other thing here, buying property, there ain't no financing. You ain't getting no mortgage. It's not like that here. You got to pay.
There's no construction loans.
Right. It ain't none of that. So if you really want to come and make a purchase, you might have to, work in the States a little bit longer, save all the money that you need to make that purchase when you come, and then you'll have a easy time of it. But but just try it. And if it doesn't work out, just go back. The States ain't going anywhere.
And speaking of property, are you able to own property in Egypt as a foreigner?
Yep, very easy. And when you purchase your property here, you own it. It ain't no 99-year lease. It's yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not like that. It's yours forever. There's no, additional taxes or anything that you have to pay on it. And I'm in the process now of trying to work out something to actually buy an apartment. And so that I'll have something that I own and not have to pay, rent and everything again. And
okay.
It's a process though, but you got to have that cash up front. So it's just, save. To get the money. But the one thing that I did notice on the coast too, and something I might take advantage of, is they actually are offering payment plans. So there's a lot of new communities going in where they're building these compounds with beautiful apartments that's seaside, and they're still affordable. And they're offering things like you could put anywhere between 0 to 20% down and make equal payments for up to 5 to 8 years.
Yeah.
But there's it's no credit checks. It's none of the
right. And that's the beauty
I go through in the States.
Yes.
I want this apartment. Here's my down payment. Okay, this
and that's it.
I move in, I'll pay for it, and it's done. It's mine. That's
yes.
Yeah. So,
but don't you love how the African mind works, right? Because even and that's the same here in Kenya. Girl, I haven't used a social security number since I've been here. Like, we don't need social security numbers. Listen, when you move abroad, you don't need social security numbers. There is no credit check. There is not any of those things, right? And also when I love that with the financing, you're not financing a house for 30 years. You're not in debt for 30 years if you buy a house or an apartment. Put your 20% down or whatever you're going to put down, make payments, and that's it, right? I remember when I got my apartment, it was just, okay, you want this apartment here, sign this, give us the down payment, and that was it. Like, no credit check, no. It's like, look, if you don't pay, we're going to put you out. If you pay, you can pay. It's simple.
It is.
Africa is, this continent, offers such a simple life. And this
Right.
is a life that works. And it works for most of us. It's so practical.
Yeah.
Right?
It
It's
is.
like, why do we don't need all the red tape? If you pay, you stay.
Right.
If you don't, then you have to leave, right? And
Right.
so, but this, I mean, this has been great. So tell us, so how can people get in contact with you? Because there may be some people who's watching that may be saying, you know what, I think I want to move to Egypt. Like, I know I'm hitting you up when I
Yeah.
come to visit,
Okay.
but there are
Sure.
some people that have questions. They may want to come and visit Egypt. They
Yeah.
might need some services. Tell the people how can they get in contact with you, and what can you offer?
Okay, so I do own a tour company here. It's called Easy Egypt Tours, and I do custom and group tours for people. I do offer like free consultations, period. If you're interested in coming to Egypt, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
just to, give you the right information so that you don't have to go through the stuff that, or lose any kind of money or anything or waste time like I did at the very
Yeah.
beginning. There's also other resources. Oh, and then of course, I have a YouTube channel and then my email, but everything is just Trail on a Mission.
Okay.
So trailonamission@gmail.com. That's my Facebook, my Instagram, YouTube, right?
Everything.
There's also a couple of YouTubers and people I know that have written books directly about moving to Egypt, and they're just ebooks, and they're really inexpensive, but they're very comprehensive. And
Okay.
that is Shay Vlog. She has it on her YouTube page.
Shay Vlogs.
It's just
Okay.
a guide to moving here. She put everything: how to get your resident visa, just everything. Make it real. It's really simple. And even getting our resident visa is an easy process. It's not
really.
Yeah, it didn't take long at all.
Okay.
To do. And so, and then for me, I should be getting my passport. Actually, I'll be eligible for it in January.
Wait.
Get my
When you say passport, are you talking residency or citizenship?
Citizenship. I should be eligible
already. How long have you been there?
Huh?
How long have you been there?
It's 2 years in August.
And you can get citizenship that quick.
I'll be able to get citizenship in January. Yes.
Okay, I'm coming to visit Egypt. I'm coming to visit.
But that's
Kenya,
only
because I'm just saying I'm going to visit y'all. I didn't say I was moving. I'm just going to visit.
Well, yeah, you should come visit, but I do have to say this in full disclosure: to get a passport normally takes 10 years. There is a regular 10-year process that you have to go through, unless you buy property. So if you buy property or if you open a business, then you can get citizenship that way as well. And then if you marry an Egyptian, you could get citizenship in 2 years.
Okay, so if you open a business, you can get citizenship. Wow, so it's a quicker process if you open a business. Is it EK or EK? Let me say, you are I got is this a super chat? I got my first super chat. You have made history. I have my first super chat ever. Thank you so much. He said, I know it's not a lot. If you can buy some street kids a little something to eat, blessings. Yeah, of course, absolutely. And it is a lot. It is a lot. The fact that you have, given your resources and that sort of thing. Thank you so much. And I will give it to some local children. I will put it to some great use. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. So if you open a business there,
open a business, buy a home, or get married. Those three things.
Wow. So Trail on a Mission. I know I have your YouTube in the description. I'm going to add your email in the description. Is there a separate link for your Your tour company.
Yeah, it's called Easy Egypt Tours, but you can access it from the website, which is matrellonamission.com as well.
Oh, okay. MatrellOnAmission.com. I am
Yeah.
definitely going to put that up here as well. Y'all listen, if you are interested in Egypt, contact Matrell. Matrell has a beautiful spirit, y'all. Her spirit is just, she's just consistent. I've watched you, right? And so she has such a beautiful spirit. Listen, this is what I tell people all the time, especially expats. I find that a lot of African Americans, we don't know how to think like immigrants, right? We're the only groups when we come to Africa, we have an unrealistic expectation. So we think we're just going to join in, we're going to raise up a fist, and we just going to be fine, right? No, you have to start thinking like an immigrant. Right. And when you think like an immigrant, you need to look at the people who have gone before you. Who are the African Americans that went before you? Right. Connect with the African Americans that have gone before you, because they can help you navigate. Right. Here we have Matrell. Matrell have a whole tour company. Connect with Matrell. If you're thinking about Egypt, connect with Matrell. She can help you navigate Egypt. It is not easy, y'all. Right. It is so important that we connect. Once you connect with the African Americans that's already there, then you also simultaneously you build relationships with the locals. Right. Okay. Right. But if you have other African Americans that have gone before you, you need to connect with the African American community, so that once you connect, they can help you land, they can help you navigate, and you can also build relationships with the locals. I can't stress that enough, Matrell. I've seen some horror stories that where African Americans, they come, but we don't. You're out here because you're just out there by yourselves. Right. So I love what you are doing, because you really can help people. Here in Kenya, I had someone to help me. Right. Help navigate. So what you do is so important. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to you, because I've never been to Egypt before, and you're going to help me. I'm coming with camera and all. You're going to help me. Right. Well, I'm coming to Kenya. I'm coming to the Red Sea. Yes,
I'm coming to Kenya too, though, because even I have so many countries now. I interviewed a young lady that was in Cape Town, so I want to go there. So Egypt is my base for sure, but I'm still going to go to other African countries.
Yes, I agree.
And I'm the cousin pulling up with the bag saying, "Hey, girl, I'm here for a month.
Come on, girl, come on in, come on in."
Right, that's me.
Listen, I open my home to you. You are welcome, Caribou, Kenya. So is there anything else you want the people to know? Look, this has been great. I know we have to do something else again.
Yes, sure, no problem.
This is beautiful. Anything else you want the people to know before we log off?
I just want one of the things that's been kind of difficult, and it's not even just for me, it's for the other YouTubers that are here in Egypt. I don't know, it's just like we all have really good content, but we just don't have the same African followers. You know what I'm saying? All the other countries, when I was in Ghana, I got most of my subscribers in Ghana. Mm-hmm. And then once I moved to Egypt, it's been slow going,
Really? Yeah, are they not on YouTube a lot?
I don't know what it is about Egypt. I don't know. Just the name, and then I guess they're just not really interested in the country, or they don't consider it really part of Africa. But it is.
It is Africa. It's not the Middle East. Egypt is on the continent of Africa.
It is totally Africa. And I just hope that any Africans that are watching, other Africans, should I say, because we're all African. Any sub-Saharan Africans that are watching, a lot of us here in Egypt do have really good content from Egypt. And
Yeah.
just give our pages a chance. Just kind of take a look at a couple of videos, and if we can't win you over in a couple of videos, shame on us. But
Yeah.
it would be great
Yeah.
just to have that opportunity. So
Look, my
that
Kenyan subscribers, look, my Kenyan subscribers, look, we have a bond. Look at to Fiani. You're not going anywhere, Moonby. Girl, they gonna let me know you ain't going nowhere. You are
Right.
Kenyan, okay? But look, my Kenyans, I love them so much. So I want y'all, please go subscribe. Her link is in the description. Click on her link.
You.
Subscribe to Matrell's YouTube channel.
And I show the deeply melanated. I show the deeply melanated part of Egypt. So.
Yes, she does.
So come see that.
Yes. So y'all go over and subscribe to Matrell's channel. It is free. She be over there cooking and everything. She does a lot of interviews. She does all of that stuff over on her channel. So y'all, my Kenyan subscribers, my American subscribers, my UK subscribers, y'all go over there and support my girl Matrell, right? We are just trying to bring awareness to the continent. Right. The African Americans have been in the dark about Africa for so many decades, right? We've been in the dark. And so now, we are waking up, we're becoming aware, we're coming back home, we're connecting with our brothers and sisters on this continent, right? Absolutely. And so y'all go over and y'all make sure y'all support Matrell, okay? All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you.
Subscribe, okay? Y'all like this video, subscribe to Karen's World, subscribe to Matrell on a mission. I love y'all so much. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Karen. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.